system.
We're really glad that we are friends, and this is a podcast that'll never ever end. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the freaking Losers Lounge podcast! Yowie wowie! Woo! It's good to be here, folks. I have two special guests with me. I have the double R Reister Ryan.
Yowie wowie! It is good to be here on the podcast, and man, it just feels so good. Man.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's a great week.
Yep, and the other member of our Losers Lounge podcast that we are here today joining us, ladies and gentlemen, and almost everybody's favorite, the heelist of Ballers.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's great to be back in the podcast. After a very good pay-per-view that was Clash of Champions, it's great to be joining my brothers here, and I can't wait to talk about this actually very good pay-per-view.
Yeah, once again, the WWE has not had a bad pay-per-view in 2019.
I'll agree on that.
Yeah, we're heading into the last 3 months of the year. Could you imagine if we went through an entire year without a single bad pay-per-view?
Jinx said.
Yeah, that's true. After all, we got Crown Jewel 2 coming on Halloween.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Don't worry. I'm actually considering creating something. You know what I'm considering?
What would that be?
And remember the times when I did WWE Honest trailers?
Yes.
What if I did one on the Saudi Arabia events?
You should. Definitely.
That'd be fun. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about that in another time. In the meantime, we are talking about Clash of Champions, which took place this past Sunday. And yes, indeed, it was quite an awesome event. And every championship was up for grabs. And, well, when it goes back to how many titles changed hands, unfortunately, every single one of us here lost because, Ryan had said, 4 or 5. Willie and I had said 4, but the amount that changed hands was 2.
Yeah.
Very crazy.
2 out of 11 championships changed hands on a night where all the titles were on the line. And they were both the Raw and SmackDown tag team titles.
Who would have thought we would have gotten those ones wrong?
Yeah, those are ones we thought were all going to get retained or something, right?
Yep.
Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. A lot of other number of other titles we thought was going to change hands, and here's the thing, a lot of surprises happened, and that's why we had a great time watching the show.
Oh yeah.
And Heel Balor, I believe you were on a Skype call hanging out with friends at the time, right?
Yes, sir. I was on the Skype call with my good buddies, and yeah, Double R was one of them, and we had a fun time. And long that Josh, if he's still alive, it was pretty fun. Probably his doppelganger.
Indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to inform you guys right now that whatever goes on the Losers Lounge podcast is not connected to the Ultimatum series in any way.
Nope.
Because this is real life here. However, folks, go check out the recent video on the Ultimatum series to see what's about to come next.
Mm-hmm. And check out Infinity War 2.
Yes, indeed. Infinity War 2 was on the same day that Clash of Champions took place, so we had a great crossover and a good pay-per-view, so a fun Sunday night.
Oh, yeah.
Once again, thank you, everybody. I want to thank everybody who took part of Infinity War 2, including the sudden appearance of being Adam, who has stolen the Sinfinity Gauntlet.
Well.
Yep. Crazy to think that just happened. In the meantime, folks, I just want to take a quick run-through on the pre-show because those are title matches, too. We're just going to take a quick run-through that. I don't know if you guys watched it or not.
I did.
Oh, you, Ryan, did you?
Oh, I saw the U.S.
Well, then again, we just want to quickly note that, the Cruiserweight title and the U.S. title were defended on the pre-show.
I didn't even realize that the U.S. title got moved to the pre-show, which was kind of shocking.
The phenomenal AJ Styles, the guy who was WWE champion for over a year, was put on a pre-show of a Champions pay-per-view.
Sad.
Then again, well, I gotta admit though, his match with Cedric Alexander being less than 5 minutes at the same time though was pretty cool.
It was.
And yeah, Drew Gulak retained the Cruiserweight title as well. That was one of our predictions, so yay, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're gonna start on the main show, folks. And here's how things started off. The Raw Tag Team Championships, as Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman defended against Rudolph the Glorious Tag Team.
None of them had a shiny nose, but they did have shiny tiles at the end of this match.
Yes, indeed, because, folks, Rudolph are the new Raw Tag Team Champions. So, congratulations to them on that. And speaking of Raw, SmackDown, and all that, how exciting is it knowing there's a freaking draft coming up?
It's pretty cool because it's in need. WWE is in need of it.
Yep. And because of all this, folks, we want to let you guys know that we are going to be talking about said draft sometime in October. Even though that when that takes place, of course, there is mainly on the week of the draft, we're going to be doing our review on the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. But of course, you know, aside from the review on the Hell in a Cell, we are also going to do a little discussion about the draft. So, stay tuned for that. Alright, in the meantime, yeah, Rudolph defeated Seth and Braun to win the Raw Tag Team titles, and man, that was fun. Heel Balor, your thoughts on the match?
As I said, I predicted, I think, last week on the show, I said that it was a great way to kick off the pay-per-view, because I always think that the show should kick off with tag team matches. I mean, look at NXT, which, by the way, as we're recording this, folks, NXT is doing so on the USA Network, which is freaking awesome. Off that. The match was fun. It was a bit sloppy here and there. But I was expecting there to be some miscommunication between Braun and Seth. I mean, there kind of was at the very end, but it was just because of a bump that Braun Strowman gave to was it, I think, Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, it was Dolph Ziggler into Seth Rollins, and then Roode took advantage, of course, and won the tag team titles. But I was thinking there was going to be complete dissension, and there was going to be a heel turn from Strowman, but that did not happen. And new tag team champs, and yeah, it was pretty cool. And the funny thing is, which I kind of marked out for, is that Robert Roode, whatever it is, pinned Seth Rollins. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, that's really all I gotta say on the match. It was pretty cool. It was fun.
Yep, let's not take us away from the fact that Robert Roode just pinned the Universal Champion.
Yep.
And Reister Ryan, what is your thoughts on the Raw Tag Team title match?
I thought it was pretty good. Solid match. And the finish was really kind of what I expected. I didn't really kind of expect a heel turn from Braun, but I kind of knew like there was going to be some kind of miscommunication. And obviously, Seth Rollins took the pin and everything. And then, of course, I knew Raw Tag Team Champions. I think it was pretty obvious that the Raw Tag Team titles were going to change hands because Strowman and Rollins do not need the Raw Tag Team titles at all. So it finally gives Ziggler and Roode something to do. So, but overall the match itself was really good and expected finish. So, yeah, very good match.
Yep. As for me, well, pretty much all of us thought that Robert and Dolph were not going to win the titles. So when they did, we were like, oh, wow. That's a twist. That's a twist. Okay.
Twists are good actually in pro wrestling, so I like this.
When they subvert your expectations, it's always good.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes for all the Star Wars nerds who are pissed off because The Last Jedi subverted their expectations. Anyway, so speaking of which, though, Star Wars Rise of Skywalker in theaters in 3 months.
Oh, yeah.
The finale of the Star Wars sequel trilogy and the finale of the Skywalker saga, so from what I heard, tickets are going on sale in October, so get ready, guys.
Yep.
In the meantime, the next match took place for the SmackDown Women's Championship as Bayley took on and retained against Charlotte Flair in a match that was not even 4 minutes long.
I mean, having the match go about 5 minutes at least, which is completely ridiculous. They didn't do that much, which is not their fault. And I thought this was badly placed on the card.
Yeah, at that point,
I think this should have been in the middle of the show.
Yeah, when I saw how short the match was, I was like, "What is this? Or what is this? The early WWE Divas days?" Freaking Divas.
Pretty much.
Pretty much the whole highlight I remember is Bayley just running after the match.
That's all I remember from the match. Oh yeah, and the way she won, which was very heelish, of course.
Yeah, no. We'll be honest. We've never once seen Bayley cheat to win, so that was kind of a refreshing thing to see.
Unscored the turnbuckle pad, and Charlotte's face went right into it, which I legit thought she broke her nose. And I guess it was a cool ending because I think I called it last week that she needed to retain by heel tactics, and I guess that was the right way to go. And
she shot on the kids at the same time.
Yeah, and the way she ran.
We still can't believe you said that last week.
Oh my god!
She needs to start shitting on the kids, and then getting naughty with little children, and then putting them on timeout.
Well, technically, she did shit on the kids this time because she didn't high five them.
If you think about it,
she high five? She did high five someone.
She did.
Interest, didn't she?
Well, we're talking about after.
No, before the match. I think she made her entrance.
Oh, okay. I could have sworn she did. Maybe it was Raw. I don't remember, but
I don't know. See, my thing is I think I explained this before, guys. But my thing is Bayley to me is not a heel. I mean, she shows characteristics of being a heel, but she just can't do it. And I, for one, personally, been calling for a Bayley heel turn for months, and people have been telling me, "Well, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work." Let me tell you guys, you were pretty much right. It really hasn't worked out for her. She can't play the part, in my opinion. She's just too nice. She's too the girl next door. It's just not paying off, and I guess it's time to just scale back on it and just keep her as a tweener, which is, I think that's what she is. People are saying she's a delusional heel. I don't know where that's coming from. I mean, you could be right, you could be wrong, but that's all I gotta say.
Okay. Anyways, Rice to Ryan, what was your thoughts on the SmackDown Women's title match?
Honestly, I mean, I guess it was okay for what it was, but it was kind of garbage in my opinion.
I don't that.
The only thing I remember out of that entire match was just Bayley, that heel tactic that she used, and she pinned Charlotte, and then just running as if she was trying to run from the police or something. But
yeah, that was a little crazy.
Yeah. Other than that, it was just I think everybody was just kind of okay. But yeah, I guess I don't really have a whole lot of words, but I mean, I guess it just is what it is. Yep.
Yeah, well, it's understandable. Of course, Bayley. Here's the thing: the way I seen Bayley's heel turn, she didn't completely turn the moment she first aligned with Sasha. It's kind of a slow build.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what I'm thinking. It's kind of similar to CM Punk's heel turn in 2009 with Jeff Hardy. I mean, think about it.
Good times.
Think about it. When CM Punk originally turned heel, I mean, he didn't originally turn heel at Extreme Rules when he cashed in the briefcase. It was as time went on, and he started talking more about his straight edge lifestyle and bringing up Jeff Hardy's mistakes. He didn't completely turn heel until he lost the title to Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he really went ballistic.
Yep.
So if you think about it, this could be a similar situation with Bayley. She's she'll probably lose the title, and that's when she'll go completely ballistic.
I hope.
So maybe we should keep an eye out for Hell in a Cell or something. If that's when she's defending her title next, we'll have to wait and see and find out about that. But as for me, I was just disappointed the fact that Charlotte in the Queen City got taken down like that. Remember back in the day, whenever it was your hometown, they would have you win. Now these days, if it's your hometown, you're going to get your ass dominated.
Yep.
In the meantime, guys, let's go on to the next match. The next match is also on the SmackDown side. The SmackDown Tag Team title match as the Revival defeated the New Day to become the new SmackDown Tag Champs and make history by being the first team as a team together to have ever won the NXT title, the Raw Tag titles, and the SmackDown Tag titles.
Yep.
I mean, sure, if you think about it, yes, Jason Jordan is the first guy to have won all 3 titles himself, but we're talking an entire team together.
Yeah.
That's Revival is the first ever team.
Gable has 2, but they never won. American Alpha never won the Raw Tag Team titles together.
Nope.
That is true. So if you think about it, yeah. The Revival, despite everybody thinking they were going to get buried, just made history again, huh?
Buried. People use that word way too much.
Then again, there was a time we thought it was going to happen too. So we'll take credit on that as well. But yeah, the Revival became the first team. First of all, not only are they the first team to have done that, to win all 3 of those titles, they're also the first team to become 2-time NXT Tag Team Champions as well. They're one of only 2. The other one is the Undisputed Era. So if you think about it, the Undisputed Era and the Revival are history makers.
Oh, yeah.
So there you guys go. Seems the Revival, despite the fact that, yes, they've been in a few embarrassing segments, however, it always pays off in the end.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have patience, and you gotta keep your faith on, because if you don't, well, then yeah, they're gonna fail.
Thing is, Christian, that some people aren't really patient with things like this.
Yeah. Thank God we are, right?
Yep.
We've been patient that the Revival would get success since they first came onto the main roster at the night after WrestleMania in Orlando. I was there. I was a fun night.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you know, some of these days, sometimes I just wish I could go back to Orlando and relive that entire vacation I had.
Get a time machine.
Go to the quantum realm or something, huh?
Yes.
That'd be awesome. But in the meantime, though, the SmackDown Tag Team title match was a pretty fun match, actually. And especially considering the decimation of Xavier Woods.
Well, with him being my favorite member of the New Day, I mean, it kind of sucked to see him, get beat down a little bit, but yeah.
Hey, it was cool to see him actually try, though, to get out.
It was.
So, here's the thing. Yeah, Xavier Woods was injured because of the leg, because of the Revival, and Randy Orton's attacks on them. So, the fact that they brought that into play really did wonders.
Yep.
So, it was great to see how that turned out. And in the end, though, it was just too much, as Xavier Woods was forced to submit. And, yep, ladies and gentlemen, the Revival are now the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And yes, I know they're on Raw for now, but the draft is coming up, and it's okay. They're going to be on SmackDown.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Pretty much anybody who has certain titles are going to be assigned to a specific brand. Like, hell, as we now know, we'll talk about Brock Lesnar a little later. I was about to say he might be going to, But in the meantime, Heel Balor, your thoughts on the SmackDown Tag Title match?
It was a pretty fun match. I mean, there really wasn't anything to complain about this match. I mean, they took out Big E on the outside, of course, the Shadow Machine, which pretty much left Xavier Woods vulnerable to a beatdown, which he received, and of course, the tag team titles were won by the Revival. So that was pretty cool. And then the speech they made afterwards was hilarious. That was pretty funny. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I'll have a second. I just had to grab something.
All right.
But Rice or Ryan, you go ahead and talk about your thoughts.
Okay. This was a really good match. I'm not gonna lie, the Revival and the New Day, they have some very entertaining matches. The chemistry is very good. Of course, I do kind of like their whole rivalry. Of course, they got Randy Orton on their side, and then with they're feuding with the New Day, which is pretty cool. But I really like the Revival. It's really what makes them one of the most smartest tag teams in all the tag team divisions, and the tag team division, excuse me, is basically they went after Big E and basically to focus on Xavier Woods, which is pretty smart. And yeah, that's great strategy right there. I didn't expect the Revival to win, but I'm actually happy. Now they've won the NXT, Raw, and SmackDown Tag Team titles now, so it's pretty awesome.
And I'm pretty sure there will probably be a future team that will probably do that as well, but the Revival are the first. That's what's important, huh?
They are top guys.
So, as for me, I really enjoyed the match myself because of the great tag team work by the Revival. I mean, they always impress me with that. I think the problem everybody had, with the Revival was that it seemed that they have not had great success in the early ons of their main roster run like everybody thought they were going to have. So that's why everybody, had been giving up on the Revival, because it didn't happen automatically.
Patience, people.
Patience indeed, because it paid off. Look at that. They're history makers, and that's that. So, raise my glass to the Revival, the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and with that, we're going to go on to the last Tag Team title match, and that was for the Women's Tag Team title match, and that says Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross defended and retained against Fire and Desire, Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville, and at one point, Alexa Bliss could have become the 24/7 champion.
Oh yeah!
I swear that shit. I was like, oh my god, that should happen. That should happen right now. Do it, because how cool would that be? In the middle of defending your tag team titles, you became the 24/7 champion. That's never happened.
Nope.
And aside from Maria Kanellis, Alexa Bliss would become the first active woman on the main roster to have won the 24/7 title. Everybody else was a legend, like Kelly, Candice Michelle, and Alundra Blaze. So how cool would it have been if Alexa Bliss became the first wrestler to win the Raw Women's Champ, SmackDown Women's Champ, Women's Tag Champ, and the 24/7 Champ?
More history making. Yay.
That could have happened. That could have happened, but it did not. But it's okay. Speaking of which, of course, Bayley is the first woman to have won every championship now.
Yep.
On the current, she's been NXT Women's Champ, Raw Women's Champ, SmackDown Women's Champ, and the first ever Women's Tag Champ. As usual, the 4 horsewomen always won the firsts, right? Becky Lynch, first ever SmackDown Women's Champ. Charlotte, first ever, technically, Raw Women's Champ. And Sasha and Bayley, first ever Women's Tag Champ, so. But in the meantime, though, Alexa and Nikki defended against Mandy and Sonya, and for a while it was actually doing really good. And things got even better when R-Truth and Carmella came to the equation.
That was funny.
And so, technically, on a Clash of Champions, the title was on the line. And yes, shockingly, the 24/7 title did not change hands that night.
Yeah, like last week, I believe Double R was calling how many titles would change hands, or how many the times the 24/7 championship would change hands last week. Didn't happen.
I would have honestly had the 24/7 title be defended every in-between segment of matches.
Yeah.
Because that would have been freaking awesome. But
it would have made more sense.
It would, yeah.
Because it's, Clash of Champions.
And at that point, more possibilities would show up. But in the meantime, aside from that 24/7 debacle, the women's tag team match, I'll just say it was okay. It wasn't the best, but it was okay. For what it was, I'm actually glad to say a women's tag team title match was actually okay. Whereas at WrestleMania this year, that was what, her sneeze break?
Yep.
I don't think there was a single match on this night that was her sneeze break, was it?
Nope.
That's a first. Clash of Champs has none.
That is a first.
Clash of Champs has none, but WrestleMania had one. Whoa. In the meantime, though, Rice to Ryan, what was your thoughts on the women's tag title match?
That was a pretty good match. I was really kind of hoping Mandy and Sonya would have won the titles, and to be honest, I know you guys said this, that Mandy and Sonya should have been the very first women's tag team champions at Elimination Chamber, but I was really kind of hoping this would have been their moment, but it didn't happen. And, that's fine because I do like both teams. Eventually, probably one day, Sonya and Mandy will win the women's tag titles, but for what it was a good match.
Yep, and not Rice. I was about to ask him again. Heel Balor, your thoughts on the women's tag title match? And then Ryan just ends up saying his opinions again.
It was pretty good.
I mean, I'm a pretty big fan of Fire and Desire, and yeah, having them get this opportunity to go after the titles is pretty cool. Granted, it came out of nowhere, but that's just what this company does.
Well,
and the match was pretty good.
Well, technically, it wasn't.
The shenanigans with the 24/7 championship was awesome.
Well,
I love that stuff.
Hey, Willie. Technically, their title opportunity wasn't out of nowhere. They beat the champions.
True.
Anyways, they wanted to take them on for the titles. They refused, so they had a non-title match instead to prove them worthy. So Manny and Sonya got the job done to earn it. So there you go.
Unlike other people in this company who have not earned their championships and their shots. Poor Braun Strowman. We'll talk about him later. With this match, yeah, it was pretty good. Let me tell you, man. Of course, I've been souring on Mandy Rose. Months ago, I soured on Mandy Rose, calling her a horrible wrestler and stuff like that. But she really has improved. Same with Alexa Bliss. That's not me turning over a new leaf. I'm just giving them praise because they have improved in the ring. And I love that little combination of Sonya and Mandy, a little finisher combination. That was pretty cool. The little high-low thing, kind of like Undisputed Era, what they do. That was pretty cool. And there was a moment I thought they were going to win the titles. But no, didn't happen. Also, shout out to Nikki Cross for that beautiful, beautiful neck breaker from the, I believe, who was that? Who's she on the rope? It was Mandy Rose on the top rope. And, top rope. Hit that little neck breaker. That was pretty cool. And, yeah.
Yeah, well done on that. So I'm
a
actually
little hip swivel from Nikki Cross. That was funny.
Yeah, that was weird. But, yeah, that was funny. But, yeah, it just goes to show that, like, for the longest time, we were worried about the women's tag titles, specifically when they were with the Iconics.
Who?
Exactly. But,
dang it. Thought they would fall in the obscurity. Ooh. Nah, I'm kidding. I like the Iconics, but the theme song is cringe.
Yeah, nevertheless, we were worried about that women's tag titles, but hey, if things go right, we may actually end up going somewhere with this.
I kind of still think the titles and division is dead as a whole, but hey, who knows?
Yep, we said the same thing about the Revival.
Mm-hmm. You can revive the tag team division for the women.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll have the Revival win the women's tag titles. Oh my god, more history made! First ever NXT
titles.
First ever NXT, Raw, SmackDown, and Women's Champions, the Revival.
Yes.
Hey, if Eric Young at one point was the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champs at one point. Remember that?
Oh, God, don't remind me of that. Those were dark days for Impact. Very dark days.
They were indeed. Anyway, on to the next title match was for the Intercontinental Championship as Shinsuke Nakamura defended and retained against The Miz. Sadly.
Oh, no, not sadly. That was awesome.
I'm just saying sadly because, well, I'm at least hoping that the Intercontinental title will still... Then again, actually, if you think about it, while the title itself has not exactly been getting relevance, Shinsuke Nakamura has.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually, in some ways, maybe we could possibly be leading on to something, especially since he's aligned with Sami Zayn.
Yep.
I mean, Sami at this point is a manager, but I think this is actually working out for him.
Mm-hmm.
So, there you guys go, ladies and gentlemen. Shinsuke Nakamura defended retaining against The Miz thanks to interference from Sami Zayn. Who saw that coming, right?
Not me, to be honest. I mean, I had The Miz winning, but
Yep. So, Heel Balor, your thoughts on the Intercontinental title match?
For what it was pretty fun. Sami Zayn's shenanigans on the outside, as always, has been pretty cool, even though he really reminds me with the mic stuff, but he reminds me of Leo Rush. It gets annoying here and there.
Lashley!
Well, at least he's not doing that.
Where the fuck? Wait, where the fuck is Leo? Oh wait, don't know, don't care, right?
Where is he actually? I think he's. I thought they fired him, to be honest.
Well, for my response to where is he is don't know, don't care. He sucks anyway.
There you go. To each his own. But yeah, the match was pretty cool. As I said, Sami Zayn is pretty cool on the mic. I love the guy. Nakamura's great. Nakamura's cape in his entrance. That was pretty cool. I don't know where he got that cape from, but that was pretty cool. There's really not that much to say about the match. I mean, for what it was fun. And thank God Miz did not win, because no offense to the Miz, you don't need to be Intercontinental Champion yet. Yeah, I say give him a few more, give him a little bit more time, and then you take off Nakamura. Besides, I think Nakamura is in line to challenge another individual or take on another individual for his championship. But hey, overall, I enjoyed the match for what it was, and the right winner won. The right guy won, I mean, and yeah, that's all I gotta say about it.
All right, and Rice Ryan, your thoughts?
It was a good match for what it was. I mean, I kind of knew. Obviously Sami Zayn was gonna, help Nakamura. I mean,
he kind of did.
Other than that, like, it was just kind of. I guess it was expected, but yeah, it would have been nice to see the Miz win. But hopefully they finally do something with Nakamura instead of just having not show up with the title or just whatever, not put him on TV. So hopefully they kind of get something going with them. Hopefully something with him and Sami Zayn can, kind of click. But I don't know. We'll just see.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. As everybody knows, I want Miz to become the 9-time champion. Because I've been worried about the Intercontinental title's relevance being, torn to shreds because of people like Seth Rollins and Finn Balor and possibly Nakamura. But maybe there is hope that the Intercontinental title will actually be relevant once again if we're actually putting the champion over.
Yep.
So, there's always a spark of hope for everything.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, we're going to go on to the next match. This was actually not that bad and very, very fun. Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's title, in which Sasha Banks won by disqualification.
That's right. And what I say last week, what exactly did I say last week, boys?
Sasha Banks would win by disqualification.
Yes, and also I said they would keep them both looking strong in defeat.
And they did. I mean, originally we thought it was going to be a no contest. Actually, when the referee was knocked down and they started brawling in the crowd and then in the concession stands, for one thing, want to know who really loved that moment?
Who?
Mama Maracle.
Oh, really?
And the reason for that is because she said, these were her words, "We never see this out of the women. This is why it's badass." We never see the women fight in concession stands, do we?
Yep.
So,
haven't seen it yet.
So we have seen it now, and I honestly thought that this brawl was gonna just go on for a while, and then the referee would come back too once they get to the ringside area. I thought that's what was gonna happen. The referee was gonna get back up the moment they came back to the ring. And
that's what I thought too.
And then we just continue. But no, originally I thought it was just gonna be no contest because they said, "Oh, the match is over." But then it's like, oh, no, Becky Lynch got disqualified because she struck the referee with the chair.
Yep.
That is understandable. Even if it was by accident, it's understandable.
Yep.
Thus, Becky Lynch did not beat Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks did not win the title, but both of them are geared up and ready. Well, we're going to lock these bitches inside Hell in a Cell.
Hell yeah.
I always liked saying that when it came to the women in Hell. So I said that for Charlotte and Sasha back in 2016. I was like, yeah, lock these bitches in, huh?
Lock them in, throw away the key, and let magic happen.
Bingo! And
let
now
me
we have
tell
the
you,
chance
those two are going to put on a better performance than Charlotte and Sasha did 3 years ago.
Yeah, and I will say, once again, though, I gave major praise to Becky and Sasha in the Raw Women's title. It's my favorite match of Clash of Champions. Heel Ballard, what was your thoughts on the Raw Women's title match?
My thoughts and opinions on the match. It was great. It was great. Not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it was great. I've seen some people saying this is probably the greatest women's match of all time, and literally some people have been saying that, and saying this is probably the best brawl of the year. It's probably up there. But yeah, for what it was great. I loved how they both just laid in each other with stiff shots, very stiff shots. At one point, I believe they were there was one spot, I can't remember what it was. There was one spot that made me go, "Oh my god, they freaking died," and stuff like that. And yeah, the ending came, which was pretty cool. I like how the ending was. And then the brawl happened. The brawl was pretty cool. And I don't know if y'all saw this clip. I saw this clip of the brawl on Twitter. I saw it. And what you didn't see was that they were brawling in the crowd, of course. And Becky Lynch puts a popcorn bucket on Sasha's head and starts, hitting her and whatever. It was pretty funny. Brawled in the crowd, the concession stands was pretty cool. And by the way, going back on that, have the women brawled in concession stands? Yes, they have actually. I don't know, it wasn't concession stands, but it was in the where people can buy the merch and stuff like that. It was with Nikki Bella and Natalya and their feud back in 2016, if I remember that one.
Yeah.
And and they brawled down, and then I think the moment everyone's talking about, which I probably won't bring up here, Sasha almost got, let's just say, a fan got too excited with Sasha Banks. And if y'all don't mind if I go off on this here, let me say something. In the past few months,
I'll just say it right here. A fan slapped Sasha Banks' ass.
Now, if y'all want to put your input on here, boys, I don't know if we have the right to put this on. Oh, it's our freaking podcast here. The hell we freaking want. I want to say this. This is way off topic of like the entire Clash Champions thing, but let me say something about stupid wrestling fans. You are there to watch a show. You are there to watch a show. You're here to enjoy the show, meet fans, mingle, make new friends, and watch the action happen. You don't have any right. I don't care if you pay for your money. I don't care if you paid to sit there. I don't care if you did anything like that. You don't have any right to grab, grope, touch, or do anything with the wrestlers like that. They are there to entertain you. You are there to enjoy the entertainment. You can cheer, you can yell, you can scream, you can yell banterous garbage. But you have no right to literally reach out and literally do what that idiot did. And this isn't the first time this happened. It's happened plenty of times for pro wrestlers. I've seen some of the wrestlers come out and talk about this stuff. And personally, I feel like this stuff has gone too far at this point. Here we are in 2019 and people being dumbasses.
Groping the wrestlers in inappropriate places is a really bad thing to do. That's sexual assault.
Yeah.
And people like that should be kicked out of arenas. I don't care who you are.
Fucking arrested.
And technically, you do have the right. Like, wrestlers have the right to sue you.
Yeah.
Sasha is gonna sue that person.
Good.
Like, she's actually gonna sue that person. I'm like, good for you, because you have no right. You have a right. Let me rephrase that. You do have a right to do that. And that fan had no right to literally. If y'all go back and watch it, if nobody watched Clash of Champions, you'll see what happened. And it was just a disgusting act. Becky Lynch is even trying to keep that fan off her or away from Sasha. And it's like, this guy's just randomly going there touching her butt, just something like that. And I remember some kid, this is a few months ago, I believe, last year, I think, where there was a live event. And then this kid, who was like 11 years old, slapped Alexa Bliss's ass while Nia Jax was carrying her away. This is how live.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm like, even kids doing this stuff. It's like, this is getting out of control.
Yeah, here's the thing about that is like the way things look, I don't know if that was intentional for Alexa Bliss. Just trying to reach out, kids trying to reach out and grab them, but unfortunately that was at a wrong moment. And when the kid did that, you saw, hell, even Nia Jax just couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
So if you think about it,
that was kind of an accident.
That was an accident, yeah. What this guy did with Sasha Banks, you can clearly rewatch that. That was fucking intentional.
Sexual assault.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what people think. I don't care what people think. Oh, we've been reaching for wrestlers. I mean, yeah, touching their shoulders or something like that, patting them on the back, that's one thing. That's fine. Who gives a shit about that?
Yeah.
They kind of do. That's why I have security around. But it's like, if you go out there and you start literally groping, it's stuff you don't do. And I know some people are saying, "Oh, but this is so weird to bring up." But I've seen so many people say, "Oh, but the women grope the men and nobody goes insane." But if the women do it it's gonna be the other way around. If men do it to women, it's stuff like that. And if women do it to men, it's kind of the no one's gonna bat an eye. And some people were saying, "Oh, you're batting an eye because of Sasha Banks. You guys are batting an eye because of Sasha Banks." I batted an eye when this happened a long time ago in Mexico. It was an event this year in Mexico, and it was not WWE. It was some kind of lucha event. And then some guy, this woman went for a suicide dive or something like that, and she caught herself. And this guy literally grabbed her and, let's just say, touched her inappropriately. And like, she didn't sue or anything, but she called that person out on social media, and that person, let's just say, is not going to any wrestling events. That's what happens when you're a dumbass, people.
I'll be quite. Okay, I'll be quite honest right now. I'll be quite honest right now. Honestly, if if I was in that situation, fan grabs me in inappropriate places, I don't give a shit if they paid a ticket or not. I'm punching their fucking face in.
They say they have every right to deck you if they want to. And these people can hurt you if they want to. Don't be saying out here, especially don't be saying the F word. I'm not talking about, that F word. I'm talking about the fake thing. Don't be miscruiting these guys for like actors and stuff like that. They're fake fighting. They can hurt you if they wanted to. Imagine if a guy did that to Brock Lesnar. Use Brock Lesnar as an example. We wouldn't be seeing that guy. An individual who would do it to Brock Lesnar or John Cena. You just don't do that. And that's the reason why they have security around them all the time. That's one of the reasons why WWE security is kind of strict with fans nowadays, because idiots like this. So the lesson here, ladies and gentlemen, is like, Double R, what you got? I don't know if you had a word to talk on this.
I was just going to quickly bring out, but yeah, that's kind of why security is pretty strict. Like, that for that reason being. It's not so much like on us in general, because we're just there to like have fun, get high fives. But I understand why they have to be kind of aggressive, and for that reason, and it makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah, here's another example.
For me,
I'm attending an indie show on Friday, October 4th. Well, first of all, that reminds me. Yeah, guys, I'm not going to be watching the premiere episode of SmackDown on Fox, because I'm going to be at a local indie show here in Ontario. I was personally invited.
Hey.
For that. But even when I was passing by, what's the one thing I'm going to do? Get a high five, maybe get a picture, but I'm not going to freaking touch them inappropriately, because I know better than that. I'm not a stupid idiot.
I've had a run-in with WWE security last year, kind of, when I went to reach for Becky Lynch. I don't know if y'all saw that. I was, of course, on TV, and security kind of took my hand away. It's like, you shouldn't be doing that. I don't know if because we're on TV or whatever. It's like, they're there for a reason, to protect the talents and to basically protect you. Because if there weren't security, these guys, once again, it goes back to the thing, they can hurt you badly if they wanted to.
Yeah.
If they wanted to, they could hurt you. And I wrote this on Twitter, you need to show them respect. And this is why I like going to, I don't go to meet and greets, stuff like that. Well, we barely like meet and greets where I'm from. That's why I just love going around the arena and just meeting the talent, just getting up there, shaking their hand. Shaking their hand is simple, dude. It's like getting a hug or something like that. But don't be reaching around and trying to grope them and stuff. It ain't goes for literally everybody, regardless of gender, race, and stuff like that. Regardless of that. Treat people with respect.
Yeah, when it comes to the meet and greets and everything, you can say hi, you can shake their hand, give them a hug, high five, get a picture, get an autograph. You could even ask them to your own damn senior prom if you want to. But touching them inappropriately is not a good thing.
I don't know if y'all have seen some pictures, but you've seen some pictures of the wrestlers at meet and greet, stuff like that, when people are literally I don't know if they're meaning to or something like that. Groping or touching the women or men appropriately, stuff like that. That's seriously, this whole topic is regardless of gender and stuff like that, because it goes for literally anybody. I just want to make that clear. That goes for literally anybody.
That's right.
Now, we're not trying to be sexist here. Oh, the lounge is sexist. Oh my God, no. This goes for literally everybody. Man, woman, child. Doesn't matter. You're your goddamn grandmother, for God's sakes. The thing is, you need to treat people with respect. And besides, regardless of their celebrities and stuff like that, they have lives, they have families, they have kids, they have responsibilities. And what they do with that ring, we should respect them for that. Even though they can be sometimes prick-like if you do sometimes meet them and stuff like that. But you need to treat them with respect. And I think that Becky Lynch did the right thing, or Rebecca Quinn, but used her real name in this sense. Rebecca Quinn should have decked that individual. Seriously.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, that she said a few words to him or something.
Yeah, she apparently said a few words to him. They panned the camera off of her and was focused on Sasha, but she kind of said something to him. And it's like security should jump that guy. I wouldn't say jump that guy, but could have escorted him out or whatever, talked to him or whatever. Like, the thing is, like, you don't do that. And I understand. But we paid our money. We paid our hard-earned money to sit there. We can do whatever the heck we freaking. That's all I've been saying. We can do whatever the heck we freaking want. No,
That doesn't mean nothing.
If you go to these events, you got to still abide by the rules of said events. You can pay all the money and you can pay your entire life savings, but you still got to follow the rules.
You do. And if you don't follow the rules, you'll get either decked by the wrestlers or you'll get kicked out by security. Either way, that's the main reason. That's just a little topic of why security, wrestlers, and why you yourself, if you're listening to this podcast, if you are one of those individuals, this is not me calling anyone out, but like, if you're one of those individuals out there who, like, I wouldn't say tries to let's say gets a little too friendly with the wrestlers, don't do that. It's not cool. It makes you seem like an idiot, and it also makes the wrestlers, uncomfortable, and you don't want the wrestlers, being uncomfortable.
Exactly.
That's our topic on that. Let's move on.
Yeah. Let's see, Ryan, did you give your thoughts on the Raw Women's title match?
I didn't, but I thought it was a really fun, entertaining match. My favorite spot was whenever Becky threw mustard on Sasha.
Oh my god, I remember.
So that's what that was.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was mustard. Yeah, it was mustard. It wasn't popcorn.
That's why I thought. I was like, she saw popcorn on her? I'm like, no, it's sticking to her hair.
Yeah, it was mustard.
I relish the fact that she mustered the strength to catch up to Becky.
I see what you did there.
What would Ryan say? What would Ryan say about that moment?
Bravo! Bravo! Bravo!
Oh yeah!
Bravo!
And what do we call this moment, ladies and gentlemen?
This is Ryan. Take it away.
My goofy moment.
Woohoo! Hey, if you think about it, we kind of had a goofy moment, and Heel Balor had a rant moment.
I wouldn't say that was a rant. It's pretty much just me, speaking my mind and telling the truth. Right there.
This reminds me. Long Neck Josh actually told me, Willie, that you were actually disappointed that all these pay-per-views are good because that means you don't rant.
That is very true. So far, I haven't had the time to, rant, but yeah. Once again, these aren't quote-unquote rants y'all are hearing, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a huge, loud opinion.
I think out of this year, probably the only ones you probably have ranted on was probably Royal Rumble and Money in the Bank. Or probably Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank, my God. And looking back on it, it's going to be nothing.
Yep. All right, Ryan, continue what you were saying.
Oh, yeah. So, anyway, I love this match. This match, it got me into it. It was intense. I like, of course, when they fought through the crowd. And, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, I was a little disappointed that Sasha Banks didn't win the title, but it made a lot of sense because they kind of keep this feud going. Of course, now we got the Hell in a Cell match between these two, so it made a lot of sense. So this match was good. I can only imagine how much better the Hell in a Cell match is going to be.
Lock them in the cage and throw away the key and let the magic begin.
Yep.
We'll talk about that in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I meant though we spent a lot of time talking about the Raw Women's title match, but that's because we had a lot to say, huh?
We did.
We probably have quite a bit to say about this next match, as Kofi Kingston defended and retained the WWE Championship against Randy Orton. This time, unlike SummerSlam, they actually had a conclusion.
Yeah.
So, I will say that Kofi retaining the title was all right. That's all I would say. It was all right. But
I got angry at the end because only one reason, and it's kind of a stupid reason. Kofi won clean. which I did not want. I thought it was going to end in like disqualification or something like that. As I said last week, Kofi was going to lose his temper. Nope. So I yelled out, and I was pretty angry. But yeah, looking back on it now, especially what we're getting, which we'll talk about at the end of the podcast, I think this was a pretty good outcome. I think all this was, I think Orton was just there to get, first put Kofi over again. So.
Yep.
I really don't know what to say about the match, to be honest. I mean, it was just there, and it was very underwhelming, especially where it was placed. Especially after the Raw Women's Championship match. I think the WWE title match was placed in a wrong place in the card.
Yeah, that's a good point, because what I wanted to say is the match was about 21 minutes long, but it felt like it was an hour long.
It was boring.
Yeah.
It dragged on way too long, and this is the reason why I have a problem with extremely long matches that don't have a time limit or something. That's
why AEW is doing good.
Yeah, that's because like if they're too long and they're paced the way they were, it's not that good. I mean, Randy Orton, the entire match was stalling against Kofi, which ultimately led to his demise.
Like all you saw Orton do was stomp, pose, and it was just. Then he does with a slow punt kick. He teased the punt kick. I'm like, he's not gonna hit it. They're not gonna allow him to hit it. And then like that was it. The match was over. Trouble in Paradise 1, 2, 3, and it was just a very underwhelming match. I know some people were saying, "Oh, that's how Randy Orton works." I understand that. That's why I really don't like the style of Randy Orton. The style that Randy Orton wrestles. He's just too slow. That's the point, Willie. I understand that, but at the same time, Orton's style is not my style.
I mean, it is pretty good for what it is. However,
yeah,
we can look back at his previous matches, and they were a lot better than this.
Oh yeah, even his match with Triple H this year at
the Super Showdown,
was
yeah,
good.
It was really good.
And that was long.
And that was a match we were worried about and everything because of the randomness.
Correct.
But hey, it was still good for what it was. But this match, Kofi and Randy, the problem is, of course, I just want to say it right now. Kofi Kingston's been champion for over 160 days, and that seems to be coming to an end, likely on October 4th when he takes on Brock Lesnar, which we'll talk about later. The thing of the matter is, though, Kofi's been champ for kind of way too long. I mean, it was one thing for him to achieve his moment at WrestleMania when the Kofi Mania thing was running wild, but as time went on, it started to die down again and again and again, because no matter, it seems like the same old stuff was happening, and any match he was in was always kind of bland. Like, whether it was his matches with Samoa Joe, remember that? That was,
oh God,
major disappointment.
That was horrible.
His two matches with Randy Orton at SummerSlam were also not that great. But the fact of the matter is, again, this all goes back to the fact that Kofi should either drop the New Day or drop the title, but of course that doesn't look like it's going to be a problem anymore. But
nope.
But I just want to say, like, Kofi's reign is just not that good. And I say this with all due respect. I'm a huge Kofi Kingston fan. Hell, I fucking cried at WrestleMania when he won the title. I was there, and you see it proof on my channel. But the fact of the matter is, just because I enjoyed it when it happened doesn't mean I'm always going to enjoy every moment. And here's the thing. Some people have actually called me a hypocrite because of, like, you were emotional at WrestleMania when he won the title. All of a sudden, you're hating on it.
That doesn't make you a hypocrite, Christian. That just makes you smart.
Yeah, it just goes to show that here's the thing. A good moment is great, but you got to keep the moment going. And when it doesn't deliver to your expectations, that's when things go wrong. And that's why I've had a problem with Kofi Kingston's WWE title reign for a long time. It's because Kofi Kingston just doesn't have what it takes to be a top champion. Thank you very much.
And going back on what Christian said about, his emotional thing at WrestleMania and his favorite moment, like, look at me, my two faves, Finn Balor and Becky Lynch, both won their matches at WrestleMania. And here I am, 5 months later, and I've soured on both of them. Finn Balor, his IC title run sucked.
And
both reigns sucked.
And Becky Lynch
with
the whole
second.
Becky Lynch, Becky 2 belts.
Becky 2 belts failed. And, of course, the entire Seth Rollins debacle. So, look, both of my... there's a saying going around, what's been going around for a while, is that they're not your faves if you don't basically, bring them down and make fun of them. That's what I do. I saw all my faves. I'm not gonna pucker up and kiss Finn Balor's ass. I'm not gonna pucker up and kiss Becky Lynch's ass all the time. I'll call my faves out if I want to. And like Kofi Kingston, his title run, I mean, it's not his fault. I mean, that he's pretty much been a bad champion. I mean, I wouldn't say bad champion. It's just the entire New Day shtick. Now, I said this, I don't think I've said this on the podcast before, but like I said this a long time ago. If this was Kofi Kingston from 2009, I wouldn't be souring on this. And I don't know if I can speak for you. I can't speak for you guys, but I don't know if you guys would be opposed to the 2009 Kofi Kingston against this version of Kofi Kingston. Because I'd rather say 2009 Kofi over this Kofi.
This reminds me, yeah.
Remember
when they recreated the scene from 2009 at Madison Square Garden?
Horrible. It was horrible
really
looking back on it.
Would have been cool if it was the other way around, if Randy Orton was the one who did it.
Yeah.
Randy Orton doing it.
Just imagine a boom drop and like Orton catching him to the RKO.
Oh my god.
That would have been a lot better. But like Kofi in his entire run, I mean, I don't know what they're going for this. I mean, well, we all know what's going to happen now. Of course, we'll talk about that when we get to it. Kofi Kingston and his run, they put him through everybody. Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, here we are, Samoa Joe, Randy Orton, Dolph Ziggler. There's so many people who Kofi went through. And I guess what happened is that people, I've seen some people saying, oh, Kofi Mania is still alive and well. He's still getting crowd reactions. That's good. That's really good. He's getting crowd reactions. But is he also getting the bigger response that he was getting back then in February?
No.
The answer is no, because people are now starting to, I wouldn't say sour on him, but they just want a new champion. And I know some people, and I think ourselves, the losers ourselves, we have said this before, some fans, will be happy with what they got, and then they'll sour on it. It's like, as Christian brought up, the Kofi Kingston thing and his title run at WrestleMania. Here we are souring on it, and like I don't think we wanted to sour on it. Do you guys think that? Did you guys personally want to sour on Kofi Kingston's run as WWE champion?
No, we did not. I did not want to do that at all because I didn't think I had to.
Yeah,
but unfortunately, the reign was so bad that it caused it to happen literally a month after he won the title.
And now people have the audacity, and this is now something that's happening. People are now coming to things where if you don't like Kofi Kingston, you're a racist. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Heel Balor here. He's black.
Yep, I'm black, and here I am souring on WWE Champion Kofi Kingston. Does that make me racist? Huh? Does that make me racist if my own kind is holding the WWE? For God's sakes, this is the first time a black person is, not to make this all about race, ladies and gentlemen, but it's not one of these touchy subjects, but Kofi Kingston, being the first ever, and don't tell me The Rock was the first. No. The first ever black African-American WWE champion at WrestleMania. That was great, fantastic moment. But I don't like how people are all of a sudden making this about, of course, what people are doing nowadays anyways, because it's today's world. Race. Once again, it's about race. If you don't like Kofi Kingston, you're a racist. Oh, so you're telling me that I don't like Kofi Kingston, I'm a racist, because my own kind, is kind of sucking as the champion right now. That doesn't make any sense. People don't make any sense. Pro wrestling fans don't make any sense.
We look at the past. There's been so many black champions, and some have been good, some have been bad.
Yes,
that happens in life. It has nothing to do with their race. It has to do with the quality of their said championship reign.
Look at this. Do you want your WWE champion to be throwing pancakes or throwing people around?
Personally, I like to see the latter.
Bingo. There you go.
Anyways,
and what you got?
That's right. Did I ask your thoughts on the title match?
No, I don't think so.
Well, we've been talking for a long time about so many things. I started losing track. It's kind of like last week when we kept botching.
Honestly, I mean, it was just like you said. It went on too long. I'm just kind of glad it was over. I think it was 21 minutes worth of a match.
Yeah, 21 minutes.
Oh my gosh! Like it literally felt like it felt like it was over 30 minutes, to be honest, like 30, 45 minutes. And I was just like kind of thinking to myself, I'm like, is this match like ever going to end? And like, I don't know. It's just, I mean, don't get me wrong, the storyline was okay, but I don't know. It was just kind of, after a while, it started to get real bland. And yeah, it just kind of almost reminded me a lot of like the Styles and Joe rivalry from last year. But that storyline was actually pretty good. But this one is just like, I feel like there was just kind of really nothing to it. I mean, yeah, we saw the whole boom drop from Kofi at Madison Square Garden again. I mean, we saw them fight and everything, kind of make it a little personal. But other than that, I mean, it was just really nothing else. Like it was just, basically another match. That's really all I could say. And I'm glad Kofi Kingston retained the reign. His championship reign continues, but now all I gotta say is yikes. So.
Yeah. Well, the next match we're going to talk about is the only non-title match of the night, and there was no disqualification, and wasn't as good as we thought, but I got to tell you, it did contain a lot of surprises as Eric Rowan defeated Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Yeah, we said that.
Pretty crazy, huh?
Here's the thing. Let's be quite honest. Like I said last week, this was Eric Rowan's biggest match since the time he faced The Rock at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And Rowan actually won this match.
Yep.
I mean, sure, we had some surprises, which, ladies and gentlemen, let's quickly say it. The shocking return of Luke Harper. And
I marked out so
that was
hard.
literally out of nowhere, because here's exactly what happened.
It is crazy.
I was watching the show. I thought Rowan was just going to go for a spear. So I looked down at my phone and everything. I heard, a big boot. So I was like, yep, Rowan got him with a big boot. Looked up, I saw Harper. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, that was a shock.
It is kind of weird because I feel like I kind of felt like for a second like somebody was gonna come like from behind and attack Roman Reigns.
We thought it was gonna be Daniel Bryan or something.
That's what I thought too, Daniel Bryan.
I just thought somebody was gonna attack Roman from behind.
But when it was Luke Harper,
it was like a boot to the face.
Yeah, but when Luke Harper showed up, I was like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
We may have something here, huh?
Yep.
And so, Heel Bella, what was your thoughts on the no disqualification match before that happened anyway?
It was pretty good. I mean, not as good as the Raw and SmackDown Live last week, but I mean, the only thing that was memorable, of course, Luke Harper's return, and Roman, was it Roman? Someone grabbed a steel whatever the heck thing was from the stage, and that was pretty cool. And of course, they did the camera spot, which was awesome. They were brawling in the crowd, and Rowan was pretty much screaming at the crowd, "Do you see me now? Do you see?" I'm laughing so hard at that point.
I think when he says, "Do you see?" I think when he said, "Do you see me now?" that was a reference to the fact that he always wore a sheet mask.
Yep. Yep. And it was pretty good. I really enjoyed what they did. And Luke Harper's return, I marked out so hard, man. It was so odd. Because, I looked up, I'm like, that was, like I literally said, that was Eric Rowan and World Good. Or Daniel Bryan. Then I realized Daniel Bryan can't reach that high, I don't think. his leg won't reach that high. And it pans over, I'm like, it's like Luke Harper. I'm like, oh my God. So that was pretty cool. And really, it was a great match. Really enjoyed it. Only because of Luke Harper's return.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Rice, around your thoughts on this match?
This one was a really entertaining match, I gotta say. Even though I didn't think that this should have been on the card just because it's Clash of Champions, but for what it was pretty awesome. And Luke Harper returning, I just went insane. It's good to see Luke Harper finally back. So we'll see where this actually leads up to. But overall, very fun match. Really, really great match.
Yep, I enjoyed it very much myself. I mean, it was okay for what it was. However, as we said, the best part was Harper's son return and Rowan's surprise victory because nobody thought that Rowan would actually get the victory done.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the Bludgeon Brothers are back together now?
Looks like it.
Yep. And with that, we go on to our main event, where Seth Rollins defended against Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship, and Seth Rollins retained. They both competed in their second match of the night, and I'll be honest, yeah, kind of a smart move to have them compete at the opening match and then the main event.
That was pretty cool. I mean, I kind of thought it was going to happen myself. And yeah, it was great to have that main event. Of course, the rumor was that, which by the way, folks, don't always believe what you read, that Roman Reigns and Roman were closing the show. Thank God they didn't, even though the Harper moment was pretty cool. I mean, the moment that followed after the Universal Championship match was the talking point of the show, so I'm glad it main evented.
Yep, so it was really cool to see that. And I'll be honest, I guarantee people are going to be shocked when they hear this, but I praise Seth Rollins' victory.
Same.
The reason I praise this victory is because that was actually a believable way for Seth to beat Braun Strowman. I mean, it wasn't easy.
Exactly.
Think about this. So many crazy things happen. Braun pretty much kicked his ass for a good portion of the match.
Yep.
But then here's the thing. Braun, that one moment when he leaped off the top rope, and the way he landed, I could tell he intentionally made sure his leg landed the way it did so that he could sell an injury. Yeah,
because I thought he was legit hurt.
Yeah, when I caught that, I was like, yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
And when Seth hit his first curb stomp, he went for the pinfall, didn't work. Second curb stomp, did not, went for a pinfall again, didn't work. A third one also did not work. And so he went for it again, and Braun went for the running power slam, but his knee buckled, thus selling the injury, which allowed Seth to bring back the pedigree.
That was pretty cool.
He brought back the pedigree, hit a fourth curb stomp, and then he finished him off. In this case, I was like, that is actually much more believable than the time Brock Lesnar beat him at Crown Jewel last year.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot more believable. So, there you guys go. I actually praise Seth Rollins' victory because he actually did something which impressed me. So, well done on that. Seth Rollins is still the Universal Champion, but for how long?
Yes,
because let's just say Seth Rollins' reign will die at Hell in a Cell.
Along with him.
Courtesy of The Fiend Bray Wyatt, who assaulted Seth right before Clash of Champions went off the air.
Yep.
So, Rice to Ryan, I'll start with you. What was your thoughts on the Universal title match and the aftermath?
Oh my gosh, it was absolutely insane. That match was really good. I kind of knew Braun Strowman probably wasn't going to win, but from that match alone, I definitely think that was a heck of a performance from Braun Strowman. And honestly, I feel like every time that Braun Strowman's going to get a Universal or just a world title opportunity, I just kind of feel like they're going to pull the plug on it every time. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe one day they'll finally do it. But that was a very good match, and I respect the heck out of Braun Strowman because he is an incredible athlete. And props to those two for putting on a very good match. And Seth Rollins, I praise both Braun Strowman and I praise Seth Rollins on an incredible Universal title match. But however, though, Rollins, enjoy your last few weeks, your last few days as Universal Champion because you better let him in. October 6th, The Fiend will be your new Universal Champion.
Welcome to hell.
In a cell.
All right, and Hugh Balor, your thoughts on the Universal title match and the aftermath?
The match was fun. Did what it needed to do. I thought Strowman was legit going to win the championship. I'm not going to lie. That running power slam he was about to deliver, and his knee buckled. I mean, then Rollins hit this curb stomp, which I still hate how they're calling it the stomp. It's so stupid. Rollins brought back the pedigree, which really, him bringing back pedigree, that really surprised. That was pretty cool. And, and of course the Fiend came out. I had to help out Double R on the call we had because his TV kept, going in and out. So it was pretty cool. We marked out together. It was so awesome. Yeah, so we marked out together. It was so cool. The Fiend laid out Seth Rollins' sister Abigail. then the mandible claw, and Rollins just laying there choking to death, and the Fiend.
It was so wild.
It was, and it was. What a way to go off the air, man! And I think people expected the Fiend to show up, but they didn't expect when he was going to show up. So it was pretty cool to have him end the show and like them faking they were going off the air and stuff like that. And overall it was fun. The Fiend appeared. Hell in a Cell. See you later, Seth Rollins. Yep. See you in hell.
All right, with that, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our not prediction. I was about to say predictions again. Our review on WWE Clash of Champions. Now we're gonna take a couple weeks break actually, because the next time the podcast will be back is gonna be for the Hell in a Cell predictions in 2 weeks.
Correct.
So we for now are done. We're taking a little break.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure people can handle that, right?
I'm sure they won't miss us that much.
Clash of Champions was great. I gotta get stuff I gotta take care of, so we're gonna have to just wrap this up.
All right.
But I will say one last time though. We're really glad that we are friends, and this is a podcast that'll never ever end.